The Ultimate Guide 47 Financial Fitness Principles for Real Freedom. Alright everyone, what is up? It's Randolph Masamba, and look, we all want to get our money right, don't we? Financial fitness isn't just about being rich. It's about having control, peace of mind, and the freedom to live life on your own terms. It's like physical fitness. It takes discipline, the right knowledge, and consistent effort. But trust me, the payoff is absolutely massive. And it's something anyone can achieve if they just know the rules of the game and stick to them religiously. So, in this video, I'm going to break down not 1, not 10, but 47. Yes, you heard that right, 47 financial fitness principles that are absolute game changers. These aren't just some vague ideas, these are actionable strategies that, if you implement them, can genuinely transform your financial future. We're going to cover everything from the basics of budgeting to the more advanced concepts of investing and wealth protection. Think of this as your complete financial workout plan, designed to get your money in the best shape of its life. Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into 47 financial fitness principles that can help you achieve financial freedom. Let's get started. Seriously, grab a coffee, maybe a notepad, because this is going to be packed with value, and you won't want to miss a single one of these. We're not holding anything back, so prepare to take some serious notes and get ready to make some positive changes. Let's get into it. Create a budget. Know where your money goes. Alright, first up, and this is non-negotiable, you absolutely have to create a budget. I know the word budget sounds restrictive, maybe even a little bit boring, but trust me on this one, it's the bedrock of financial success. Think of it like this. You wouldn't try to build a house without a blueprint, right? Well, a budget is your financial blueprint. It tells you exactly where your money is coming from, your income, any side hustles, all of it, and more importantly, where it's all going. Without this clarity, you're essentially flying blind with your finances, and that's a recipe for disaster, or at least a lot of unnecessary stress and missed opportunities. It's the first step to taking control. The power of a budget comes from the awareness it gives you. Once you start meticulously tracking your income and expenses, you'll likely be shocked at where your cash is actually disappearing. That daily $7 latte, those subscription services you forgot you signed up for, it all adds up, and a budget shines a massive spotlight on these spending habits. This isn't about depriving yourself, it's about making conscious decisions. It allows you to identify areas where you can cut back painlessly, redirecting that money towards your bigger financial goals, like saving, investing, or paying off debt. It's about taking control, plain and simple, and making your money work for you, not against you. Build an emergency fund, your financial safety net. Next up, principle number 2, and this one is crucial for your peace of mind. Build an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable, stuff happens, your car breaks down, you have an unexpected medical bill, or worse, you lose your job. Without an emergency fund, these situations can send you into a financial tailspin, forcing you to rack up high-interest credit card debt, or even dip into your long-term investments, which is a huge no-no. An emergency fund is your financial cushion, your safety net that protects you from these curveballs. It's not an investment, it's insurance against the unexpected, and it's absolutely vital. So how much should you save? The general rule of thumb is to have at least 3 to 6 months worth of essential living expenses tucked away in an easily accessible, high-yield savings account. I know that sounds like a lot, and it might take time to build up, but start small if you have to. Even $500 or $1,000 can make a huge difference when something unexpected pops up. Automate your savings into this fund, even if it's just a small amount each paycheck. The key is to be consistent. Having this cash readily available means you can handle emergencies without derailing your entire financial plan or going into debt. Alright, let's talk about something that can absolutely cripple your financial progress: high-interest debt. I'm talking about credit card debt, payday loans, any debt where the interest rate is just eating you alive. This kind of debt is like trying to swim upstream with an anchor tied to your leg. You're working hard, but you're not getting anywhere. The interest charges compound against you, making it incredibly difficult to get ahead. Paying this off should be one of your absolute top priorities, even before you start aggressively investing beyond your retirement accounts. It's a guaranteed return, equal to the interest rate you're no longer paying. There are a couple of popular strategies for tackling this. You've got the debt snowball method, where you pay off the smallest debts first for psychological wins, which can be really motivating. Then there's the debt avalanche method, where you focus on paying off the debts with the highest interest rates first, which mathematically saves you the most money in the long run. Whichever method you choose, the key is to be aggressive. Throw every extra dollar you can find at this debt. Cut expenses, pick up a side hustle, do whatever it takes. Getting rid of high-interest debt frees up a massive amount of your income and mental energy. Chapter 4. Invest in a retirement account. Secure your future self. Now let's shift gears and talk about your future self. Principle number 4 is to invest in a retirement account, and the sooner you start, the better. Seriously, compound interest is your best friend when it comes to long-term investing. And time is its favorite ingredient. Whether it's a 401k through your employer, especially if they offer a match, that's free money, people, or an IRA, like a Roth or traditional IRA, you need to be consistently putting money away for your golden years. Relying solely on Social Security is not a viable plan for a comfortable retirement. Let's be real. The beauty of retirement accounts often lies in their tax advantages. With a traditional 401k or IRA, your contributions might be tax deductible now, and the money grows tax deferred until you withdraw it in retirement. With a Roth account, you pay taxes on the money now, but then all your qualified withdrawals in retirement, including all those sweet earnings, are completely tax-free. Imagine that. The key is to start early, be consistent, and let the power of compounding do its magic over decades. Don't leave this until you're in your 40s or 50s. The difference starting in your 20s can make is absolutely staggering. Chapter 5. Diversify your investments. Don't put all eggs in one basket. Alright, when it comes to investing, one of the golden rules, and our 5th principle, is to diversify your investments. You've heard the saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket, and it couldn't be more true for your money. Diversification simply means spreading your investments across various asset classes, industries, and geographical regions. Why is this so important? Because different investments perform differently under various market conditions. If one sector takes a nosedive, hopefully, your other investments can help cushion the blow. It's all about managing risk. Think about it. If all your money was in a single stock and that company went bankrupt, you'd lose everything. That's a terrifying thought. But by diversifying, perhaps into a mix of stocks, bonds, real estate, and maybe even some alternative investments, you reduce the impact that any single investment's poor performance can have on your overall portfolio. Index funds and ETFs are fantastic tools for achieving instant diversification at a low cost, as they hold a wide array of different companies. So, don't try to be a hero picking individual winners. Focus on building a well-diversified portfolio that aligns with your risk tolerance and long-term goals. Chapter 6. Live below your means, the secret to wealth building. This next principle, number 6, might sound simple, but it's incredibly powerful and often overlooked. Live below your means. What does this mean? It means spending less money than you earn. Period. It doesn't matter how much money you make. If you spend every penny, or worse, spend more than you make by going into debt, you will never build wealth. True financial freedom isn't about having a flashy lifestyle that you can barely afford. It's about creating a gap between your income and your expenses, and then using that surplus to build your assets. This is the fundamental engine of wealth creation. Living below your means requires conscious effort and discipline, especially in a society that constantly bombards us with messages to consume more. It means resisting the urge to upgrade your car or your apartment every time you get a pay raise. It means being mindful of your spending and prioritizing saving and investing. This isn't about being cheap or depriving yourself of everything you enjoy. It's about making intentional choices, focusing on what truly brings you value, and not letting lifestyle creep erode your ability to save. That gap between income and expenses is where your financial power truly lies. Chapter 7. Track your net worth, your financial scorecard. Principle number 7 is all about keeping score. Track your net worth. Your net worth is essentially a snapshot of your financial health at a specific point in time. It's calculated by taking everything you own of value, your assets like cash, investments, real estate equity, etc., and subtracting everything you owe, your liabilities like mortgages, student loans, credit card debt. The resulting number is your net worth. Why is this important? Because it gives you a clear, quantifiable measure of your financial progress over time. It's your personal financial report card. Tracking your net worth, say, on a monthly or quarterly basis, helps you see if you're moving in the right direction. Are your assets growing? Are your liabilities shrinking? It provides motivation when you see it increasing and can be an early warning sign if things are heading the wrong way. It also forces you to look at the big picture, beyond just your income or your spending in a given month. There are plenty of apps and spreadsheets that can help you do this easily. Make it a regular habit because what gets measured, gets managed, and ultimately, improved. Chapter 8. Set financial goals, your roadmap to success. Alright, let's talk about direction. Principle number 8 is to set clear financial goals. Without goals, you're just drifting. You might be saving money, you might be investing, but what are you actually working towards? Financial goals give you purpose, motivation, and a roadmap for your financial decisions. These goals can be short-term, like saving for a vacation or paying off a small debt within a year. They can be medium-term, like saving for a down payment on a house in 5 years. And of course, they should be long-term, like achieving financial independence by a certain age. The key to effective goal setting is to make your goals SMART. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Instead of saying I want to save more money, a SMART goal would be, I want to save $10,000 for a house down payment within the next 24 months by saving $417 per month. See the difference? This clarity allows you to create a concrete plan of action. Write your goals down, review them regularly, and adjust them as your life circumstances change. Having these targets will keep you focused and make it much easier to make those daily financial choices that align with where you ultimately want to be. Chapter 9. Automate your savings. Set it and forget it. Principle number 9 is a simple trick that can make a massive difference. Automate your savings. What this means is setting up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings or investment accounts on a regular basis, typically right after you get paid. Why is this so effective? Because it takes the decision-making and frankly the willpower out of the equation. You're paying yourself first before you even have a chance to spend that money on something else. It's the classic set it and forget it strategy, and it works wonders for building wealth consistently over time. Think about it. If you wait until the end of the month to see what's left over to save, chances are there won't be much, if anything. Life happens, expenses pop up, but by automating your savings, you prioritize it. That money gets whisked away to do its job growing for your future, without you having to actively think about it each payday. Whether it's contributing to your emergency fund, your retirement account, or a specific savings goal, automation ensures consistency. Even small, regular contributions add up significantly over the long haul thanks to the power of compounding. This is one of the easiest financial hacks to implement for major long-term benefits. This brings us to principle number 10, a very common trap many people fall into. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation or lifestyle creep is what happens when your spending increases proportionally, or even more than proportionally, as your income goes up. You get a pay raise, a bonus, or a new higher-paying job, and suddenly you feel like you deserve a bigger apartment, a fancier car, more expensive dinners, and designer clothes. While it's natural to want to enjoy the fruits of your labor, letting lifestyle creep get out of control can completely negate the benefits of earning more money. The danger is that you end up on a treadmill, never actually improving your financial situation despite making more. Your savings rate stays stagnant or even decreases because your expenses just keep pace with your income. The key to combating this is to be intentional. When you do get a raise or a windfall, make a conscious decision to allocate a significant portion of that new income towards your savings and investment goals. You upgrade your lifestyle. Of course, you can enjoy some of it, but don't let your desires expand to consume every extra dollar. This discipline is crucial for accelerating your journey to financial freedom. Principle number 11 is one that I am incredibly passionate about. Continuously educate yourself about personal finance. The world of money can seem complex and intimidating, with all its jargon and seemingly complicated products. But the truth is, the fundamentals are often quite straightforward, and the more you learn, the more empowered you become to make smart decisions with your money. Financial literacy is not just for finance professionals, it's a critical life skill for everyone. You wouldn't let someone else dictate your health choices without understanding them, so why do it with your finances? There are so many incredible resources available today, many of them completely free. You can read books by renowned financial authors, listen to podcasts like this one hopefully, watch YouTube channels dedicated to financial education, follow reputable blogs, and even take online courses. Start with the basics: budgeting, saving, debt management, and then gradually move on to topics like investing, retirement planning, and understanding economic principles. The more you know, the less likely you are to fall for scams, make costly mistakes, or feel overwhelmed. Knowledge truly is power when it comes to managing your money and building long-term wealth. Next up, principle number 12. Regularly review your credit report and understand your credit score. Your credit report is essentially your financial resume. It details your history of borrowing and repaying money, and lenders use it to decide whether to lend you money and at what interest rates. A good credit score can save you thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars over your lifetime in the form of lower interest rates on mortgages, car loans, and even credit cards. It can also impact things you might not expect, like your ability to rent an apartment or even get certain jobs. You are entitled to a free copy of your credit report from each of the 3 major credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, every year through annualcreditreport.com. It's crucial to review these reports carefully for any errors or signs of fraudulent activity. Mistakes happen, and identity theft is a real threat. Disputing and correcting errors can significantly improve your score. Understanding the factors that influence your credit score, like payment history, amounts owed, length of credit history, new credit, and credit mix, empowers you to take steps to build and maintain a strong credit profile, which is a valuable financial asset. Principle number 13 is a proactive one that many people shy away from. Negotiate your bills and expenses. You might be surprised at how many of your regular costs are actually negotiable, but you'll never know unless you ask. Think about things like your cable bill, internet service, cell phone plan, insurance premiums, and even credit card interest rates. Companies often have retention departments whose job it is to keep you as a customer, and they may be willing to offer you a better deal, a promotional rate, or waive certain fees if you simply call and ask politely, but firmly. The key is to do your homework first. Research competitor pricing so you have leverage. Be prepared to explain why you deserve a better rate. Perhaps you've been a loyal customer for years, or you've found a more competitive offer elsewhere. Even if they say no initially, don't give up too easily. Sometimes it takes a bit of persistence or asking to speak to a supervisor. A few phone calls could potentially save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a year. That's money that can go directly towards your savings or debt paydown goals. Don't leave free money on the table simply because you were afraid to ask. Taxes. Nobody loves them, but they are an inevitable part of our financial lives. Principle number 14 is to plan for taxes effectively. Understanding your tax obligations and strategically managing your finances to minimize your tax burden legally is a crucial aspect of financial fitness. This doesn't mean engaging in shady tax evasion schemes, absolutely not. It means taking advantage of all the legitimate deductions, credits, and tax-advantaged accounts available to you. Things like contributing to a traditional 401k or IRA can reduce your taxable income, for example. Depending on your financial situation, especially if you have multiple income streams, investments, or run a business, tax planning can get complicated. It might be wise to consult with a qualified tax professional who can help you navigate the complexities of the tax code and identify opportunities for savings. Keep good records throughout the year, understand how different types of income and investments are taxed, and be aware of any changes in tax laws. Proactive tax planning can make a significant difference to your bottom line, freeing up more money to work for you. Don't wait until April to start thinking about it. Principle number 15 is all about defense. Protect your assets. You work hard to build your wealth, so it's absolutely essential to safeguard it against unforeseen events that could wipe it all out. The primary way to do this is through adequate insurance coverage. This includes health insurance, which is critical to avoid financially crippling medical bills. It includes auto insurance, homeowners or renters insurance to protect your property, and disability insurance to protect your income if you're unable to work due to illness or injury. For some, life insurance is also a key component, especially if you have dependents who rely on your income. Beyond insurance, protecting your assets also involves things like creating strong passwords for your financial accounts, being vigilant against scams and identity theft, and understanding basic legal protections. For those with significant assets, more advanced strategies like umbrella policies or even trusts might be worth considering. The point is, don't be penny-wise and pound-foolish when it comes to protecting what you've built. The cost of adequate insurance and preventative measures is tiny compared to the potential financial devastation of an uncovered catastrophic event. It's a non-negotiable part of a sound financial plan. This brings us to principle number 16, a powerful strategy for accelerating wealth and increasing financial security. Create multiple income streams. Relying solely on a single paycheck from one job, no matter how stable it seems, puts you in a vulnerable position. What if you get laid off? What if the company goes under? Having multiple streams of income provides a buffer and diversifies your earnings potential. Much like diversifying your investments diversifies your risk. It means that if one income source dries up or decreases, you have others to fall back on. These additional income streams don't necessarily have to be another full-time job. They can come from various sources: investing in dividend-paying stocks or real estate for passive income, starting a side hustle or a small online business in your spare time, freelancing your skills, creating and selling a digital product, or even monetizing a hobby. The internet has opened up countless opportunities for generating extra income. Even an extra few $100s a month consistently invested or used to pay down debt can make a huge difference over time. Explore your skills and interests and see how you can turn them into additional revenue. Principle number 17 tackles a common money drain: avoid impulse purchases. We've all been there. You're at the checkout and that candy bar or magazine calls your name. Or you see an ad online for something you hadn't even thought about 5 minutes ago, and suddenly you it. These small, unplanned purchases might seem harmless individually, but they can add up to a significant amount of money over time, derailing your budget and your savings goals. Impulse spending is often driven by emotion rather than genuine need or careful consideration. The key to combating impulse buys is to practice mindful spending and create some friction between the urge and the purchase. One effective strategy is to implement a waiting period for non-essential purchases. If you see something you want, wait 24 hours, 48 hours, or even a week. Often the urge will pass and you'll realize you didn't really need it. Another tip is to unsubscribe from marketing emails that tempt you, avoid browsing shopping sites when you're bored, and always shop with a list, especially at the grocery store. Being conscious of your spending triggers and having strategies to counteract them is crucial for keeping your finances on track. Let's talk about plastic. Principle number 18 is to use credit cards wisely. Credit cards can be a fantastic financial tool when used responsibly, offering convenience, rewards, purchase protection, and help in building your credit history. However, they can also be a dangerous trap if misused, leading to a mountain of high-interest debt that's incredibly difficult to escape. The cardinal rule of credit card use is to pay your balance in full and on time every single month. If you can't do that, you shouldn't be using them for discretionary spending. Treat your credit card like a debit card. Only charge what you know you can afford to pay off immediately. Take advantage of rewards programs like cashback or travel points, but don't let the allure of rewards tempt you into overspending. Be mindful of annual fees and choose cards that offer benefits that outweigh their costs for your specific spending habits. Avoid cash advances, as they typically come with exorbitant fees and interest rates. Using credit cards responsibly demonstrates to lenders that you can manage debt, which boosts your credit score, but misusing them can wreck your finances and your credit for years to come. Principle number 19 is all about planning for those larger, less frequent expenses. Save for big purchases. Whether it's a new car, a down payment on a home, a major vacation, home renovations, or even new furniture, these significant expenditures can wreak havoc on your finances if you haven't planned for them. The worst thing you can do is to finance these purchases with high-interest debt simply because you didn't save up in advance. That just makes the item far more expensive in the long run due to interest charges. The smart approach is to identify these upcoming big purchases, estimate their cost, and then create a dedicated savings plan for each one. Open separate savings accounts, often called sinking funds, for these specific goals. Automate regular contributions to these accounts, just like you do for your emergency fund or retirement savings. This way, when the time comes to make the purchase, you can pay for it in cash, or at least have a substantial down payment, avoiding or minimizing debt. This disciplined approach not only saves you money on interest but also provides a great sense of accomplishment. If you're employed, principle number 20 is a must understand and maximize your employee benefits. Your salary is only one part of your total compensation package. Many employers offer a range of valuable benefits that can significantly boost your financial well-being if you take full advantage of them. This often includes things like a 401k or similar retirement plan, and critically, if your employer offers a match on your contributions, you should contribute at least enough to get the full match. Not doing so is literally leaving free money on the table, and that's something we just don't do. Beyond retirement plans, look into health insurance options, including health savings accounts, HSAs, if available, which offer triple tax advantages. Check for life insurance, disability insurance, dental and vision coverage. Some companies offer stock purchase plans, tuition reimbursement, wellness programs, commuter benefits, or even financial planning resources. Take the time to thoroughly review your benefits package, attend any informational sessions your HR department offers, and ask questions. Understanding and utilizing these benefits effectively is like getting an extra hidden pay raise, and it can make a big difference to your overall financial health. Healthcare is a significant and often unpredictable expense, which is why Principle 21 is to plan for healthcare costs. Even with good health insurance, out-of-pocket expenses like deductibles, co-payments, and co-insurance can add up quickly, especially if you or a family member has a chronic condition or experiences an unexpected medical issue. These costs are also generally rising, so it's something you need to factor into your long-term financial planning, particularly for retirement, as healthcare tends to be one of the largest expenses for retirees. One of the best ways to save for healthcare costs, if you have a high-deductible health plan, is to contribute to a health savings account, HSA. HSAs are amazing because they offer a triple tax advantage. Contributions are tax-deductible, or pre-tax if through an employer, the money grows tax-free, and withdrawals are tax-free when used for qualified medical expenses. An HSA can even function as an additional retirement savings vehicle if you manage to pay for current medical expenses out of pocket, and let the HSA funds grow. Beyond HSAs, factor healthcare into your emergency fund and overall budget. Being prepared can prevent medical bills from derailing your finances. Principle number 22 is one of the most important investments you can ever make. Invest in yourself. Your skills, your knowledge, your health, and your network are your greatest assets. Continuously learning and developing yourself can significantly increase your earning potential, open up new opportunities, and improve your overall quality of life, which in turn supports your financial well-being. This isn't just about formal education, it's about a commitment to lifelong learning and personal growth. It's about becoming more valuable in the marketplace and to yourself. Investing in yourself can take many forms. It could mean taking courses or certifications to acquire new skills relevant to your career or a side hustle. It could be reading books, attending workshops, or hiring a coach or mentor. It also includes investing in your physical and mental health through exercise, good nutrition, and stress management, because without your health, your ability to earn and enjoy your wealth is compromised. Don't view these as expenses, view them as investments with potentially massive returns. The more you grow, the more capable you become of achieving your financial and life goals. This next one, Principle 23, should be a massive red flag waiver. Avoid get-rich-quick schemes. We all want to build wealth, and sometimes the allure of a shortcut can be incredibly tempting. You see ads promising guaranteed high returns with little to no risk, or secret strategies to make a fortune overnight. Let me be crystal clear. If it sounds too good to be true, it almost certainly is. There are no shortcuts to sustainable wealth. Building real, lasting financial security takes time, discipline, and smart, consistent effort. These schemes prey on people's desires for quick results and often lead to significant financial losses. Be extremely wary of anything that promises unusually high returns, pressures you to invest quickly, requires you to recruit others to make money, pyramid schemes, or lacks transparency about how the investment actually works. Always do your due diligence. Research the investment, the company, and the people involved. If you don't understand it, stay away. Legitimate investments involve risk, and returns are never guaranteed. Stick to proven, long-term strategies like diversified investing in established markets, consistent saving, and building valuable skills. Don't let greed or impatience lead you down a path that could destroy your financial progress. Principle number 24 is about planning for the inevitable and protecting your loved ones. Have a will and an estate plan. This might not seem like a financial fitness principle in the traditional sense of growing your money, but it's absolutely crucial for ensuring your assets are distributed according to your wishes, and that your family is taken care of if something happens to you. Dying without a will, known as dying intestate, means the state decides how your assets are divided, and it might not be what you would have wanted. This can lead to lengthy, expensive, and stressful legal battles for your family. An estate plan goes beyond just a will. It can include things like designating beneficiaries for your retirement accounts and life insurance policies, which often supersede a will, setting up trusts for specific purposes, and appointing powers of attorney for financial and healthcare decisions if you become incapacitated. It's not just for the wealthy. Everyone with any assets or dependents should have at least a basic will. Consult with an estate planning attorney to get this set up properly. It's an act of responsibility and love for those you leave behind, providing them with clarity and security during a difficult time. Just like you go for regular health checkups, Principle 25 emphasizes the need to monitor your financial progress regularly. Setting goals and creating a plan is great, but if you don't periodically review how you're doing, you won't know if you're on track, if you need to make adjustments, or if your circumstances have changed in a way that requires a new approach. This isn't about obsessively checking your investment balances every day, which can lead to emotional decision-making, but rather about scheduled, intentional reviews of your overall financial picture. This review should include looking at your budget versus actual spending, checking the growth of your savings and investments, tracking your net worth, and assessing your progress towards your financial goals. Are you saving as much as you planned? Is your debt decreasing at the desired pace? Are your investments performing in line with your expectations and risk tolerance? Life changes. You might get a new job, get married, have children, or experience unexpected setbacks. Your financial plan needs to be a living document that adapts to these changes. A monthly or quarterly review is a good cadence for most people. Principle number 26 encourages you to look beyond your personal finances and stay informed about the broader economy. While you can't control macroeconomic factors like inflation, interest rates, or stock market fluctuations, understanding these forces can help you make more informed financial decisions and put market movements into perspective. For example, knowing how inflation erodes purchasing power can motivate you to invest your savings rather than letting them sit in a low-interest account. Understanding interest rate trends can help you decide when might be a good time to refinance a mortgage or take out a loan. You don't need to become an economist, but having a basic grasp of economic indicators and how they might impact your investments, your job security, or the cost of living can be very beneficial. Follow reputable financial news sources, read analyses from trusted experts, and try to understand the why behind economic events. This knowledge can help you avoid panic selling during market downturns, identify potential opportunities, and generally navigate the financial world with more confidence. It allows you to see how your personal financial plan fits into the larger economic landscape and make strategic adjustments as needed. We live in an age of incredible technological advancement, so Principle 27 is to leverage financial apps and tools to your advantage. There's a plethora of technology out there designed to make managing your money easier, more efficient, and even more engaging. From budgeting apps that automatically track your spending and categorize transactions, to investment platforms that offer low-cost trading and robo-advisory services, to tools that help you monitor your net worth or plan for retirement, the options are vast. Why not use these resources to simplify your financial life? Many of these apps can link directly to your bank accounts and credit cards, providing a real-time overview of your financial situation. Some offer features like bill payment reminders, savings goal trackers, and investment analysis. While you shouldn't rely on any single app for everything, and always be mindful of security and privacy, these tools can be incredibly helpful for staying organized, gaining insights into your spending habits, and automating certain financial tasks. Explore what's available, read reviews, and find the tools that best suit your needs and help you stay on top of your financial game. Be mindful of fees, they erode your returns. This one is huge and often insidious. Principle 28 is to be extremely mindful of fees. Fees are the silent wealth killers. They might seem small in percentage terms, 1% here, 0.5% there. But over decades, especially with investments, these seemingly insignificant fees can compound and erode a massive chunk of your potential returns. This applies to investment management fees, expense ratios on mutual funds and ETFs, trading commissions, bank account fees, credit card fees, and advisory fees. Every dollar you pay in fees is a dollar that's not working and growing for you. Always investigate the fees associated with any financial product or service before you sign up. For investments, look for low-cost index funds and ETFs with minimal expense ratios. Question any advisor about their fee structure. Are they fee-only, or do they earn commissions for selling you certain products? Be wary of high MIRS, management expense ratios on mutual funds. For banking, choose accounts that have no or low monthly fees, or meet a minimum balance to waive them. Minimizing fees is one of the most controllable aspects of investing and financial management, and it can have a profoundly positive impact on your long-term wealth accumulation. Plan for major life events. Prepare for milestones. Life is full of major milestones, and Principle 29 advises you to plan financially for these major life events. Things like getting married, buying a home, having children, sending those children to college, and eventually retiring, all come with significant financial implications. Failing to plan for these events can lead to a lot of stress, and potentially force you to make suboptimal financial decisions under pressure, like taking on too much debt or derailing your long-term savings goals. Proactive planning can make these transitions much smoother and more enjoyable. For each potential major life event, try to anticipate the associated costs and start saving specifically for them, well in advance if possible. For example, weddings can be incredibly expensive. Setting a budget and saving for it beforehand can prevent starting a marriage in debt. Raising children involves ongoing costs for food, clothing, childcare, and education. College tuition is a massive expense that requires years of dedicated saving. By thinking ahead, creating dedicated savings goals, sinking funds again, and incorporating these future expenses into your overall financial plan, you can approach these milestones with financial confidence rather than trepidation. Understand inflation, the silent thief of purchasing power. Principle number 30 is to understand inflation and its impact on your money. Inflation is the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services is rising, and consequently, the purchasing power of currency is falling. In simple terms, the same amount of money buys you less stuff over time. If inflation is 3% and your money is sitting in a savings account earning 0.5%, you are effectively losing 2.5% of your purchasing power each year. This is why simply hoarding cash under your mattress or in a low-interest account is not a viable long-term strategy for wealth building. Understanding inflation underscores the importance of investing your money in assets that have the potential to outpace inflation over the long term, such as stocks, real estate, or even certain types of bonds like TIPS, Treasury inflation-protected securities. It also highlights why just saving isn't enough. You need to invest to grow your wealth and maintain its real value. When you're planning for long-term goals like retirement, you absolutely must factor in the future impact of inflation on your living expenses. What seems like a comfortable retirement income today might be woefully inadequate in 20 or 30 years if inflation isn't accounted for. This next one, Principle 31, is a word of caution. Avoid co-signing loans for others unless you are fully prepared and financially able to take on the entire debt yourself. When you co-sign a loan for someone, whether it's a friend or family member, you are legally obligating yourself to repay that debt if the primary borrower defaults. It doesn't matter if they had good intentions. If they can't or won't pay, the lender will come after you for the full amount, plus any late fees and interest. This can have devastating consequences for your own finances and your credit score. Co-signing is often requested because the primary borrower doesn't qualify for the loan on their own, which should already be a red flag. If they miss payments, it gets reported on Credit Report 2, damaging your ability to borrow in the future. While it can be incredibly hard to say no to someone you care about, you have to prioritize your own financial security. If you do decide to co-sign, go into it with your eyes wide open, understanding that you might end up footing the entire bill. In most cases, it's a risk that's simply not worth taking, Offer to help in other ways, perhaps by helping them budget or improve their own creditworthiness. Principle 32 delves into a popular asset class, investing in real estate, but with a crucial qualifier: wisely. Real estate can be a powerful wealth-building tool, offering potential benefits like appreciation, rental income, cash flow, tax advantages, and leverage. Owning your own home can be a form of forced savings as you build equity with each mortgage payment. Investing in rental properties can provide ongoing passive income and long-term growth. However, real estate is not a guaranteed path to riches, and it comes with its own set of risks and responsibilities. It's typically an illiquid investment, meaning you can't easily convert it to cash quickly. It requires significant capital up front, and there are ongoing costs like property taxes, insurance, maintenance, and potential vacancies if it's a rental. Being a landlord also requires time and effort, or the cost of hiring a property manager. Before diving into real estate investing, do thorough research, understand your local market, run the numbers carefully, and make sure you have the financial capacity and risk tolerance for it. For many, REITs, real estate investment trusts, can be a more accessible and diversified way to get exposure to real estate without direct ownership. Principle number 33 is a mindset. Keep learning and adapting, because the financial world is constantly evolving. New investment products emerge, tax laws change, economic conditions shift, and technology continues to transform how we manage our money. What worked well 10 years ago might not be the optimal strategy today. Therefore, a commitment to continuous financial education and a willingness to adapt your plans and strategies as needed are essential for long-term success. Don't get complacent or assume you know everything. Stay curious, read financial news, follow thought leaders, listen to different perspectives, and be open to new ideas, while always maintaining a healthy skepticism and doing your own due diligence. Revisit your financial plan regularly, not just to monitor progress but also to ensure it still aligns with current realities and your evolving goals. The ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn is a superpower in personal finance. Those who stay informed and flexible are much better positioned to navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and ultimately achieve their financial objectives in an ever-changing landscape. This leads perfectly into Principle 34, which is crucial for investment success. Practice patience with your investments. Investing, especially in the stock market, is a long-term game. It's not about quick wins or timing the market, which is nearly impossible to do consistently. Wealth is typically built slowly and steadily over decades, through the power of compounding and by riding out the inevitable market fluctuations. Trying to get rich quick through aggressive trading or chasing hot stocks often leads to disappointment and losses. The real magic happens when you give your investments time to grow. The stock market will have its ups and downs. That's its nature. There will be periods of exciting growth and scary downturns. The key is not to panic during corrections or crashes and sell at the bottom, locking in your losses. Instead, if your investment thesis is sound and your portfolio is well diversified, stay the course. Continue to invest regularly, even when markets are down. That's when you're buying on sale. Patience and discipline are your greatest allies as an investor. Focus on your long-term goals, tune out the short-term noise, and let time work its wonders. Principle 35 encourages you to understand the basic principles of the stock market before you dive in, or even if you're already investing. You don't need an MBA in finance, but having a foundational understanding of what stocks are, how the market works, what drives prices, and the nature of risk and return can make you a much more confident and successful investor. Investing in something you don't understand is akin to gambling, and that's not a strategy for building sustainable wealth. Knowledge reduces fear and helps you make rational decisions. Learn about concepts like stocks, shares of ownership in a company, bonds, loans to companies or governments, mutual funds, pooled investments, and ETFs, exchange-traded funds. Understand the difference between growth investing and value investing, the importance of diversification, and the concept of risk tolerance. Grasp that market volatility is normal, and that historically, despite short-term fluctuations, the stock market has trended upwards over the long run. There are countless free resources online, books and courses that can teach you these fundamentals. Empower yourself with this knowledge before entrusting your hard-earned money to the markets. While self-education is crucial, Principle 36 acknowledges that sometimes it's wise to use a financial advisor if needed. Managing your finances can become complex, especially as your assets grow or your life situation changes, like planning for retirement, handling an inheritance, or starting a business. A good financial advisor can provide personalized guidance, help you create a comprehensive financial plan, manage your investments, and keep you on track towards your goals. They can offer an objective perspective and help you avoid emotional decision-making. However, it's critical to choose the right advisor. Look for a fee-only fiduciary. Fiduciary means they are legally obligated to act in your best interest. Fee-only means they are compensated solely by the fees you pay them directly, not by commissions for selling you specific financial products, which can create conflicts of interest. Interview potential advisors, check their credentials, like CFP registered trademark, certified financial planner trademark, understand their investment philosophy, and make sure you feel comfortable with them. For some, the cost of an advisor is well worth the expertise, discipline, and peace of mind they provide. For others, low-cost robo-advisors or self-management with a solid education might be sufficient. We've touched on retirement accounts, but Principle 37 specifically emphasizes planning for retirement early. The earlier you start saving and investing for retirement, the less you'll likely need to save each month, and the more powerful the effect of compound interest will be. Starting in your 20s versus your 30s or, heaven forbid, your 40s, can make a monumental difference in the size of your nest egg by the time you're ready to stop working. Time is your greatest asset when it comes to retirement planning. Don't procrastinate on this one. Even if you can only afford to save a small amount initially, start anyway. Get in the habit. If your employer offers a 401k match, contribute at least enough to get the full match. Again, it's free money. As your income grows, increase your contribution percentage. Use retirement calculators to estimate how much you'll need and how much you should be saving. The idea of retiring might seem incredibly distant when you're young, but your future self will thank you profusely for the discipline and foresight you exercise today. Don't underestimate the incredible power of decades of compound growth. Principle 38 tackles a social challenge. Avoid financial peer pressure, often known as keeping up with the Joneses. It's so easy to see friends, colleagues, or people on social media with new cars, big houses, expensive vacations, and feel pressured to live a similar lifestyle, even if you can't comfortably afford it. This desire to fit in or project an image of success can lead to overspending, debt, and a lot of financial stress. Remember, you often don't see the full financial picture behind someone else's lifestyle. They might be drowning in debt to maintain it. Focus on your own financial goals and your own values. What's truly important to you? Is it financial independence, a comfortable retirement, travel, or something else? Make financial decisions that align with your priorities, not someone else's. It's okay to drive an older car if it means you're hitting your savings targets. It's okay to say no to expensive outings if they don't fit your budget. Running your own financial race at your own pace is far more rewarding in the long run than trying to keep up with appearances. True wealth is often quiet and unpretentious. Principle 39 might seem counterintuitive when we're focused on building wealth, but it's an important one. Be charitable. Giving back to causes you care about, whether it's through monetary donations or volunteering your time, can be incredibly fulfilling and provide a sense of purpose beyond just accumulating money. Many financially successful people find great joy and satisfaction in philanthropy and using their resources to make a positive impact on the world. It can also be a way to instill values of generosity in your family. From a purely financial perspective, charitable donations can sometimes offer tax benefits, as contributions to qualified organizations are often tax-deductible, effectively reducing the cost of giving. But the primary motivation should be altruistic. Incorporate giving into your budget, just like any other expense or savings goal. It doesn't have to be a huge amount. Even small, consistent contributions can make a difference. Being charitable can enrich your life in ways that money alone cannot, fostering a sense of gratitude and connection to your community and the wider world. Understand the power of compound interest, the eighth wonder. We've mentioned it several times, but Principle 40 deserves its own spotlight. Truly understand the power of compound interest. Albert Einstein reportedly called it the eighth wonder of the world, and for good reason. Compound interest is essentially interest earning interest. When you save or invest, your money earns a return. With compounding, that return is then added to your principal. And the next time interest is calculated, it's based on the new, larger principal. Over time, this creates a snowball effect where your money can grow exponentially. This is why starting to save and invest early is so incredibly powerful. The longer your money has to compound, the more dramatic the growth becomes, especially in the later years. It works against you with debt, like credit cards, but it's your best friend when it comes to building wealth. Use online compound interest calculators to see for yourself how even modest regular investments can grow into substantial sums over several decades. Understanding this concept deeply will motivate you to save consistently, invest wisely, and be patient, because you'll appreciate the incredible mathematical engine working in your favor. Avoid high-risk investments until you're an expert and can afford loss. Principle 41 is a crucial risk management guideline. Avoid high-risk investments, especially if you don't fully understand them or can't afford to lose the money. While higher risk can sometimes mean higher potential reward, it also means a higher potential for significant or even total loss. Things like speculative penny stocks, highly leveraged forex trading, volatile cryptocurrencies for the uninitiated, or investing heavily in a single unproven startup fall into this category. These are not suitable for the bulk of most people's investment portfolios, particularly if you're saving for critical goals like retirement. Before even considering any high-risk investment, ensure you have a solid financial foundation, an emergency fund, minimal high-interest debt, and consistent contributions to diversified, long-term investments. If you do decide to dabble in higher-risk areas, only do so with a very small portion of your overall portfolio money that you can genuinely afford to lose without it impacting your financial security. And critically, do extensive research and understand exactly what you're getting into. For most people, a disciplined approach focused on proven, diversified strategies is a much surer path to financial success than chasing lottery ticket-type returns. Keep an eye on your spending habits. Awareness is key. Principle 42 circles back to a fundamental theme: keep a close eye on your spending habits. This is related to budgeting but goes a bit deeper into the psychology and patterns of your spending. It's about developing an ongoing awareness of where your money is going, not just once when you create a budget, but continuously. Are you prone to emotional spending when you're stressed or happy? Do you have certain triggers that lead to impulse buys? Are there subscriptions or memberships you're paying for but no longer using? These little leaks can add up. Regularly reviewing your bank and credit card statements in detail can be very revealing. Using a budgeting app that categorizes your spending can also provide valuable insights into your habits. The goal isn't to become a complete miser and never spend money on things you enjoy. It's about ensuring your spending aligns with your values and your financial goals. It's about making conscious choices, rather than letting your money dribble away on things that don't truly add value to your life. This self-awareness is key to optimizing your cash flow and maximizing your savings potential. Principle 43 addresses a major expense for many families: plan for education costs. Whether it's for your children's college education or even your own further education or vocational training, the costs can be substantial and are generally rising. Waiting until the tuition bills are due is not a viable strategy, and often leads to significant student loan debt, which can be a burden for decades. Proactive planning and saving, starting as early as possible, is essential to manage these expenses effectively. For children's education, consider opening a dedicated college savings account like a 529 plan. These plans offer tax advantages, allowing your investments to grow tax-free and withdrawals to be tax-free when used for qualified education expenses. The earlier you start contributing to a 529 plan, even with small amounts, the more time compounding has to work its magic. Research the potential future costs of education, set realistic savings goals, and automate your contributions. Planning for education is an investment in the future, and like all good investments, it benefits from an early start and consistent effort. Principle 44 is about knowing yourself as an investor. Understand your risk tolerance. Risk tolerance is your ability and willingness to withstand potential losses in your investment portfolio in exchange for the possibility of higher returns. It's influenced by factors like your age, financial goals, time horizon, income stability, and your emotional temperament when it comes to money. Someone younger with decades until retirement can generally afford to take on more risk than someone nearing retirement who needs to preserve capital. There's no right or wrong level of risk tolerance, but it's crucial that your investment strategy aligns with yours. If your portfolio is too aggressive for your comfort level, you might panic and sell during market downturns, which is one of the worst investment mistakes. If it's too conservative, your returns might not be sufficient to meet your long-term goals, especially after accounting for inflation. Many online tools and financial advisors can help you assess your risk tolerance. Understanding this helps you build a diversified portfolio with an asset allocation, the mix of stocks, bonds, cash, etc., that you can stick with through thick and thin, allowing you to sleep at night while still working towards your financial objectives. Stay disciplined with your finances. Consistency is king. Principle 45 is arguably one of the most important overarching themes. Stay disciplined with your finances. All the knowledge and planning in the world won't do you much good without the discipline to consistently execute your plan. Financial success is rarely the result of one brilliant move. It's the cumulative effect of countless small, disciplined decisions made day after day, month after month, year after year. It's about sticking to your budget, saving regularly, investing consistently, avoiding unnecessary debt, and resisting impulsive temptations. Discipline means paying yourself first, even when it's tempting to spend that money elsewhere. It means continuing to invest according to your plan, even when the market is volatile and fear is rampant. It means saying no to lifestyle creep when you get a raise, and instead, increasing your savings rate. This doesn't mean you can never have fun or enjoy your money, but it does mean making conscious, intentional choices that align with your long-term goals. Building financial discipline is like building a muscle. It takes practice and effort, but it gets stronger over time and becomes a powerful habit that underpins all financial success. Review and adjust your financial plan regularly. Stay current. We've talked about monitoring progress, but Principle 46 emphasizes the need to not just review, but also your financial plan regularly. Your financial plan should not be a static document that you create once and then file away. Life is dynamic. Your circumstances change, your goals may evolve, the economy shifts, and new opportunities or challenges may arise. Therefore, your financial plan needs to be a living, breathing guide that you revisit and update periodically to ensure it remains relevant and effective. At least once a year, or whenever a major life event occurs, like marriage, a new job, birth of a child, inheritance, etc. Take the time for a thorough review. Are your goals still the same? Is your asset allocation still appropriate for your risk tolerance and time horizon? Are there new tax laws or investment products you should be aware of? Do you need to adjust your savings rate or debt repayment strategy? This periodic review and adjustment process ensures that your plan continues to serve your best interests and keeps you on the optimal path toward achieving financial freedom and security. Celebrate your financial milestones, acknowledge progress, and finally principle number 47, and this one is important for staying motivated. Celebrate your financial milestones. The journey to financial fitness and freedom can be long, and it requires a lot of discipline and delayed gratification. It's essential to acknowledge and celebrate your progress along the way. Did you finally pay off that high-interest credit card? Did you reach your emergency fund goal? Did your net worth cross a certain threshold? Did you hit a specific savings target for a down payment? These are all achievements worth recognizing. Celebrating doesn't mean derailing your progress by splurging extravagantly. It can be something simple but meaningful, a nice dinner out, a small treat, or just taking a moment to acknowledge your hard work and dedication. These celebrations provide positive reinforcement, help you stay motivated, and make the journey more enjoyable. They remind you that your efforts are paying off and that you're moving closer to your ultimate financial goals. So, pat yourself on the back for your successes, learn from any setbacks, and keep moving forward with renewed energy and commitment. Your journey to financial freedom starts now. And there you have it, 47 financial fitness principles that, if you diligently apply them, can truly set you on the path to financial freedom and security. I know it's a lot to take in, but remember, you don't have to implement everything overnight. Start with 1 or 2 principles that resonate most with you right now, master them, and then gradually incorporate more into your financial life. The key is consistent action and a commitment to continuous improvement. Financial fitness is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be ups and downs, challenges, and learning experiences along the way. But by arming yourself with this knowledge and cultivating disciplined habits, you are taking control of your financial destiny. The peace of mind, the options, and the freedom that come with being financially fit are invaluable. You absolutely have the power to achieve this, so start today, no matter where you are in your journey. Thanks for watching. If you found these financial fitness principles helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more tips on achieving financial freedom. See you in the next video. Seriously, smash that like button if this brought you any value, and let me know in the comments which principle you're going to focus on first. Let's get this